Welcome to Ely Road in Thetford. I'm looking back at Ely Road and we are at the end of it. I'm going to circle around here. I'm going to also introduce Leah McLowry. She's the listing agent. There is Leah.
Hi.
Waving. And so this is the original Cape, and this goes back to 1800.
1818 to be specific.
1818.
Yeah.
And then this addition was done when?
96.
That was 96. And then the little schoolhouse next door was not always part of it.
We have roughly 1800s as well in the
Okay.
schoolhouse. That was acquired quite recently, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, by the owners, simply because of the proximity to this property. They didn't want it to go to someone else and not really sure what would happen to it. So that's just been utilized as a little guest cottage for like overflow stuff. And then the workshop building was in the 80s, I think 83 if I'm going to be specific about that. And the tree house was a fun little project that he did with one of his daughters, and that was 2010.
2010 for the treehouse,
Yeah.
okay. And are we just hearing Route 5 or are we hearing?
You're hearing the interstate.
That's the interstate,
Yep.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
A little turned around here.
Yep.
All right, and there's your propane tank right down
Yep.
there. So the land is literally this
Just
corner.
beyond the mailbox there is where it takes a 90 degree and it goes back along the fence line, basically out to the tree tracks, if you will.
Okay. And this is
And then across the street, basically the 25-mile-an-hour sign is the far edge of the boundary with the schoolhouse. And again, that's on a quarter acre. You can see a granite post here. This is the boundary line for this property over here.
okay. But this is now part of the property, but it's deeded separately. Okay. And this is a working farm over here. And the land across from the farm is conserved. Are they using it for cattle or anything?
They have, yep.
Okay, so they use it for cattle, but it's all in permanent Is that with
Yeah,
like Upper Valley or the land trust?
I don't know specifically which one.
Okay.
But I mean, I can find that out.
That's
quite
all right.
easily.
And then you were talking about the fields here, so.
So all of the land that you can see is the property. It's 10.3 acres. And basically it kind of comes, the river kind of juts in, so it kind of comes to a point as far as you can see, and then some.
Right, because it hugs along
Yep.
the river.
Yep.
And that's sort of on the side that has the train tracks.
Yeah, the train tracks are just beyond like the white bales of hay there.
This
And
is,
like I said, it comes in a morning, it does a morning run, and then it comes back on an afternoon run.
okay. Are they, is this one of those places that it does a little bit of whistling because it's an intersection? Probably has to cross Ely Road there. I imagine it does the train whistles.
Don't
I don't know.
I've only been here once when it's on
Yeah, a
hold,
lot of
so.
times when they cross over roads, they have to announce themselves. The video was real helpful, thank you.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, up here, this is really where they've hosted weddings and stuff up here. This is sort of their event area and just general lawn.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little bunker because they always like to play golf. So
Mm-hmm.
could use some clearing out. And then I don't know if you want to go down to the river now or what would be helpful, but
Might as well, while we're outside, at least just
sure.
keep on going. So here's the tennis court.
Yep, it's a clay tennis court.
Nice.
The river access dock boat still needs to go in. The owners would be open to conveying the pontoon boat too that they have. And there is power down there. So if power is needed, it is down there. Really nice shallow access off to the left side too for like kayaks and sort of smaller boats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can see that, yeah.
And like I said, looking south, basically the next abutting property is owned by the Bond family, the Bond Farms, and all of their land is in conservation as well. So the land across is part of the Lime Bed and Breakfast.
Okay.
Sold, I don't know, maybe last year or the year before. And I don't know much about that land over there.
Pretty piece, though.
Yeah.
Do you know if there's a place, like if you were going to jump on here in your pontoon boat, can you go up to Hanover? Is there a place to put a boat somewhere up there?
Yeah, you would put it at Fullington Farm, where the crew boats all put in.
They have a place where you could dock your boat over there?
Well, you could dock, but you can't like leave it for long periods of time.
Right.
But you could, there's launch, like access to launch your boat.
Yeah, they were just thinking, what if...
Typically when we are on the river, if you want food or anything, we order takeout to get delivered to we go down by the rowing docks.
Oh, okay.
And that's how we typically do like food on the river.
All right, why don't I pick up the video inside, and I will do a little bit of a walk around outside after we shoot inside. All right, so I've just come in the walkway. Oh, and is that a train there? Yeah, that's a train. So that's a freight train. So the Amtraks are the ones that are twice a day, and then there'll be a freight periodically. I think that's how it works.
Byron somebody told me there's only 2 trains, so that might just be, I don't know. I can confirm again, but he's always said one train up and one train out.
Okay.
So this is the exterior, obviously, of the original brick cave.
Right.
And this is all part of the large addition that they did. So typically I like to start sort of going this way, sort of the more traditional portion of the house. So you've got, again, because it was built in the early 1800s, sort of much more traditional spaces. Living room. And then this was the original kitchen. It's now pretty much just a pantry.
Preparation area or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then this was also an addition that they added on. The kitchen was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So this space, and you'll see upstairs, to the original primary suite were added on. And again, they sourced a lot of the materials from local barns. This is all from the Hartford woolen mills, all the brick here. A lot of the beams throughout the house are from, barns from Randolph, sort of repurposed and reclaimed building materials. But again, you can see the exterior of the house there. And then this opens up to that patio.
Nice. I know a lot of this is on the video, so I won't waste a lot of time with this. Nice stonework too.
This is all radiant heat as well in here.
Okay. Yeah, it's on.
I know, we're in that transition phase.
Exactly. And this is a Corian.
Yeah. And then this is just a little pantry.
Sub-Zero. And dishwasher's right behind me. I think somebody would want to maybe bump up the range a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it sort of depends on one's aesthetic and what they need, but.
What are your thoughts on this as a part-time rental?
Oh, I think that, but I also think more so as like a really cool event space, like a event. They've had weddings here. They've had like Chad fundraising events. They've had all sorts of cool things here.
Okay.
So I think it could also be kind of that, or like graduations. I don't know. It could be kind of, just has kind of a lot of cool, unique
Because of the
spaces.
grounds and everything.
The grounds, and you can house a lot of people. So yeah, so this is just a little office.
So he kind of gave this an older look, didn't he? The way,
What's that?
just the design with the windows, like sort of a reproduction type look to it.
Yeah.
This isn't brick over here, is it? Or is it?
The exterior is brick.
Okay, so that's why it's,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, so that's why it's sort of extended out, because that's probably all brick back there.
When also too, you'll notice the depth of those windows. So when they bought it, it
Yeah.
wasn't. So they framed it and then insulated it. So
Oh,
you
they
can see
did.
it really well in the dining room.
Okay.
I think.
And this is nice. This looks like a walnut in here. Maybe a cherry. Maybe that's cherry. Yeah, that's cherry. All right, where are we going?
So dining room. So this is formal dining room. Doesn't obviously have to be dining room either. Again, it depends on how people like to use their spaces, but you'll notice sort of again the depth of
Right.
the windows. So this was all framed and then insulated when they bought it.
Single pane windows with storms.
This portion of the house too, not the addition, is the baseboard heat.
Right.
It was also intentional for them not to put overhead lighting in here. Again, these guys are big time entertainers. And so part of their thing is sort of different entertaining environments. And for them, this is a room where they like to use a lot of candles, sort of set a different sort of ambiance.
Mhm.
So this was actually very intentional, but I mean, one could obviously have.
Yeah, plus once you have a chandelier or light, you're calling it a dining room.
Right, yep, so it doesn't have to be, yeah.
All right.
So it's traditional cape, right, kind of goes around the center stair.
Closet there. And your typical.
And that door, I don't think they've opened ever. It is the original door from what we're told to the house.
It's so
Which
funny.
is pretty cool.
It's so funny to have such a grand door
Yeah.
and like you don't even have a walkway to it. It's just grass. So New England.
Yeah. Yeah. So two pretty much identical rooms there. So again, when they bought it, these were the rooms that existed.
Okay.
So these were the girls' rooms and the primary bedroom, and then when they added the addition, obviously more rooms were added.
Little built-ins in here. Never miss a chance to look at a roof. So we have metal connector over to the new part, the newer part, which has slate. So it looks like a little bit was chipped from snow and ice at one point. Do it that way. It's interesting, one side painted, one side not, huh?
Yeah. zone, once the addition was added, the big master or primary bedroom, excuse me, was added. This was like the girls' zone, so this is kind of like all of their how they wanted things.
Okay.
So those 2 bedrooms basically then obviously shared the bath. Like we're filming now.
Big mirror in the back. More Corian. And then this has a door, which could be closed off.
Yep, and you know, a decent sized walk-in. And then what I think is the best view of the river from this property.
So is this what they've used as their sort of master right here, or is there another?
No, there's a much. The addition added a much grander.
Oh, that's what I thought. Okay.
Primary bedroom. This was their original one though, so
Okay.
it does have an ensuite
Right.
bath.
And you can access this from the stairs, and those bedrooms are still private. And
Yep.
so this is just an ensuite for this room here. So we've got tile and a skylight up there. Little separate heater. Soaking tub. And vinyl floor here. Yeah, that's a pretty sweet view right there.
Yeah, it's nice.
And then that's a cedar closet there. All right, great.
So, right, we've got the original brick cape, and then this totally awesome addition.
I'm just trying to get a little sense. Like, I mean, this is a nice sitting room
Very nice. Yeah.
because you have an eating kitchen with a big space, and then you've got the formal dining that they're using now. And so this is the sitting room, so.
Exactly.
Okay.
Fireplace. So this is like the room where, you know, I think cozy winters, reading, like that's the room, because there's no fireplace in this room, right? So that's, I kind of think of that as like maybe more like winter time or something like that.
Yeah.
This is definitely more of like, I think like party, fun,
Exactly.
like hangout zone that's a little more like formal, quiet,
Fireplace is
relaxing.
working there.
Yeah. I mean, to our knowledge, obviously, an inspection, you know, with that.
Nice. Okay.
So again, the large entryway, mudroom. And a lot of the components like this, I mean, amazingly curved wood door is
Fun.
That's all Byron's doing.
Is this radiant too? Feels like it, yeah.
Yep, totally.
Okay.
So down the hall we've got laundry, access to the garage, which again the garage does have radiant heat as well, and then kind of another overflow storage room. It was kind of their like gear room, ski room, things like that.
Okay. And this is going to be
And that's garage.
garage. So you said this is radiant in here.
It is.
All right.
Yeah.
Central vac right there. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. So vacuum your tile.
Yeah.
All right. So which way should we go from here?
I think maybe, gosh, I don't know. We could go up actually. We could go up.
So really wide stairs here.
So this is the current primary bedroom.
Nice.
And again, all of like a lot of the materials, certainly all of the beams that you see, those are all taken from an old barn in Randolph.
Really, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And we're radiant here too?
Yes.
A little bit of like a knockdown plaster look. Yeah, they bumped this out to get you that little view out that way too, huh?
Yep.
So you could do a window seat in here. Would be pretty brilliant.
Oh, yeah, really nice.
Pretty brilliant,
Mhm.
yeah. Really nice. Some dressing area here. This opens from this side also. Clearly built-in unit there. And then some more closets up here. Pretty solid doors. Interesting with a little window there. Nice big soaker. Shower with two heads. I'm feeling air conditioning.
There is air conditioning over in this side of the house too. The whole
Yeah.
addition.
We're in that transition phase, aren't we? We're running radiant heat on the floors and we're blowing air.
I know. Well, it's gonna be almost 90 this week, so.
Is that what they're saying?
88 on Thursday.
Wow. I'm kind of ready for it.
Yeah.
Nice, very, very nice. I like the high windows too for privacy and beautiful. Okay.
So this is housing the AC equipment and just storage.
Probably a air exchange too or something, or just AC. One or the other, or both.
I don't know if there's air exchange here. I don't think there is.
And then there's a tiny little attic up here Well, it might not be that tiny, but
Yeah, I don't know that I think it doesn't access actually all that much. It might actually just for access for something because the roof lines are very funky over here.
oh yeah, they are because it ends right here.
Yeah, so.
All right, not much up there.
Yeah.
But he's a builder developer, wants to get into everything.
And then this is again just another overflow bedroom. It was designed that this closet can go into the garage. So this was also designed to potentially, if someone wanted to have stair access, and this be like an apartment, or they were thinking maybe for their girls having like an au pair or something like that. And it does have the central backup here as well. Like I said, AC.
Kind of a big blank slate up here. We're looking out on the front. So we're over the garage here.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And then finally, so here is the big sort of hanging out rec room.
You could make this more of a formal living too, I think, right?
Oh yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
because the living on the brick side wasn't huge.
Right. Yeah.
So sort of, yeah, combine.
This area here is also plumbed for like a little wet bar area.
Okay. And this is a little courtyard of sorts. You could do maybe more stone out there or something, just 'cause with all this glass, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They have big drapes here. Great.
And then this was like, you know, utility area, and they also just sort of converted, used what was down here, and there's a little half bath. And used what was down here to sort of finish off, so the girls had just a fun play area, but.
This is a half bath.
Yep.
Oh, where's that little secret compartment get you to?
Yeah, this just goes underneath. For utility access and things like that, it goes all the way through to like basically the beginning of the other basement, which I should show you as well.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, there's another basement for the original house too.
None of this is underneath the brick, though.
No.
Okay, so you have a pressure tank back. I'm just gonna poke I'm not going in.
Yeah.
But just to give a sense. And this is insulated up above with
You
fiberglass.
actually might be able to, on the far side,
Yeah, I think
you
so.
might be able to see the other side.
Yeah, the hot water tank and everything, so we don't have to do it through there. Okay.
No, it's easy access on the other side.
Okay.
And then this is all just utilities in here.
One chimney right there. What is that chimney for, I wonder? Because it maybe had a heating system, or it has a nut down here, so I guess you could do wood or something.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what it's servicing right now.
I don't know.
This is all the newer section. So here is a hot water tank here. some zones. And this is, we're behind the master over here. That's the whole entertainment center. Wow, this is actually a big space here. Look at this. So there's probably a light switch somewhere. So I have to use my flashlight. There we go, that's better. So we're behind the master. There's your radiant tubes. Here they are here too. And this is the boiler, Buderus. And that's might be tied into that hot water tank too. And then there is septic going out. This looks all pretty well set up. Just there's your central vac. $200 amp. Well utilized. Yeah, that must be indirect. Okay, great.
Got expensive things?
Spend too much time in the utilities like a typical guy realtor. All right, good. So we've seen the whole inside.
We've seen the whole house. Oh, you can see the basement here if you want.
Okay. Is anybody in the guest house?
No.
There we go. Wow. So they've poured concrete around the stone. And then this has been spray foamed. All spray foamed over here. One of the chimneys. An old cistern. And then this is a bulkhead to get you up and out. Over there, that's that doghouse dormer thing on the side. Very clear how much spray foam they've sprayed on. All right, so we've got water softener. There's a septic heading out that way. And there's another hot water storage container. And then this was where I was on the other side. So this is all crawl here. Looks like that was strapped at one point. They had insulation up there. They removed it. So we've got concrete supports, concrete block supports holding up that main center beam. We are spray foam back there too. Spray foamed over here. And then just, you know, some poly on the floor here just for moisture, because this is probably dirt underneath here. And then a panel over this side too, which would be the one for the cape. That's 100 amp. Looks a little weird. but clearly no knob and tube. A little bit of cloth wiring there. But it looks pretty good. Do have some temporary columns here holding this part up. Okay, I have spent enough time down there. Finish with the kitchen one more time, and then we'll head on out to the guest room, to the guest house, and to that barn building. All right, moving on. All right, so I'm on the side of the house here, and I'm about ready to shoot the guest house. So that is the road. So Route 5 is there, but then you hear a drone from 91 as well. So this has only been really unoccupied for a short amount of time. They haven't owned this very long. And there's a whole bunch of furniture in there. Propane tanks, you know, because this is all self-sufficient building here. This was owned by somebody else, so its own septic, its own well. And this is that conserved land out back over here. So I'm sure this goes right to the split rail fence. Let's see. So that's just a closet. So just a half bath here. Coat closet. Just trying to get a sense of how this works. Okay, so this is a porch out here to what would be another New England front door that people never use. This is all screened in. Forgotten front doors of New England. Do a special video show on that one. Okay, there we go. So this is a full bath here. A narrow little stair right there. We'll do that after. Let's do the kitchen and main parts here first. So we do have a high ceiling in here. Wood stove. Feel like some of this has a little bit of a bow to it in the middle. You see where it's not painted. Zoom in a little bit. You see a little bow, but it's an older building too, so we'll give it a little bit of leniency. So no dishwasher here. So that's going to be our basement. We'll do that last. Wow, so those little narrow stairs are the only stairs. We've done that. All right, let's head on up. So this is 2 bedrooms up, but that is your egress right there. So pretty modest little staircase. And 2 little bedrooms too. That's just a full-size bed. This can't be more than 7.5 feet wide. Got little built-ins over here. And then a closet here. And that does go all the way back. That's your knee walls. And that goes the whole width. Baseboard heat. I bet they were happy to have obtained this house because it really did not make it super private before they bought this. So this one here, I mean, you've got to get creative where you're putting a bed in this one. So 2 small bedrooms. And I'll just whip through the basement here. All right, so there's more space underneath over here. All right, so we've got your pressure tank, water softener. They've clearly done some concrete work. to buttress what was existing all the way around. And there's the boiler for the house, hot water tank. There is access outside. And then stepping down, this is a pretty cool little shop area. And this is full height here. And this is a bulkhead. Wood stairs. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on outside and we'll look at that barn building. Okay, here we go with the shop and barn buildings. This is a big, beautiful space. That could definitely be something besides what it is. So, garage door at the back side. They have this set up as a little finished space. So let's see. Half bath, definitely like a shop bathroom, and you're safe. This is just storage. It's actually a good sized room in here. More storage. So this is a bay right here. And he is a woodworker, so some of his materials. My brother-in-law has one of those. Pretty amazing. Cobra. The next buyer's with Rick Higgerson. Wow. Merit Award for Village at White River Junction. He was the developer of that. That is a pretty interesting window. Built in. So it certainly seems like one could make this a little bit more than it is. This is a little unit that has burners and a sink, and then just a two-piece bathroom here. There's the land. This looks like an original picture from the Cape. Wow, that's unbelievable. And just more storage. So I feel like I've gone the whole way down there. So I was down, there's the shop on the end over there. And then this is a separate detached garage here. Rick's redone his marketing. That was a city boy getting into a barn. It's not even done yet. Okay, so this does open. There we go. Some serious condos for something, groundhog or something. So the only building I haven't been in is this. Well, I haven't seen the tree fork, of course. Let me go do that now. Not feeling too good about the code on this here. I need a railing on that side, but that is some pretty elaborate work right there, boy. Incredible. Look at this. Wow. Yeah, this is something. Little sitting area. And there's all that work with the bark on top of the beams and on the walls. This is a chemical toilet, what I understand. Oh, and they just have a little water supply there. But how utterly charming. No shower up here. Pretty cool. So this is just a nice big day bed here. Probably the size of a single, but really set up nice. And then get your barn door here. I have to sit in here. Pretty fun. Feel a little wiggle up here when you move. Okay, so that's enough of that. Super fun. Let's sort of end the tour here. If there's anything interesting in that other building, I'll let you know. Just looks like a garage. So hope you have enjoyed the tour. So Leah was saying that they will jump on their boat and go do food pickup at the docks in Hanover, and literally the people will come down and drop them off. Those are the stairs going up. So here's power over here. Doesn't want to open. Not sure what that is. Just a little storage building. And that's all part of the Lime Inn over there, that land. And this is a nice little barn building too. We've got poured concrete floor. All of our equipment, although these are not going to be sufficient to do those fields. And then we've got a loft up above. Nice building. So I thought I'd make a little video of the road because it's an interesting road. Farm operation. So the town just plows down to them. What you do is you come off of the Route 5 and then you have to go over the train tracks here. And circle back around. So I'm heading north again. But I will be going south once I get on the main road. There's a full-on farm over there too. So this is a property you will pass coming up. And there are people who take horses on this road. And so there's another structure. I think that's a town building. Not sure. Oops. Pull over here on the right. So this is Britain Lumber Company down here. And then we're back out. To the train tracks. My client actually, I believe, owns this building, Railway Express Agency. I think that's his. And a little garden center here. Farm, and then us over there.